10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I completely butchered my intro there. I clicked on the wrong one first. I got too many intros loaded on my computer. I started clicking on the wrong one first. I was like, that's not the right one, dude.
I was wondering what happened.
I was like, no, that's not the right intro, bro. Not the right intro. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Week in Geek podcast. How you guys doing? I know for those of you watching on my other channel, I just did a live chat over there. Now we're simulcasting to both my regular channel and my Geek channel. But this is the Geek one. I know you guys over there on the other channel want to talk about everything that's going on, which is what the last chat was about. I understand. We will be talking about that more on that channel. Right now, we're gonna do a little geek stuff here. All right. We're going to just stick to geek stuff, which is going to be really hard for my other audience to stick to geek stuff, given what's going on right now. Yeah. I get it. I get it. We all get it. We were talking about it here before the show. So, given everything that's going on, everybody's like, wait, what? But no, we're going to do some geek stuff here tonight. And then I might do it, depending on what's going on. I might do another NEA channel live chat. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know for sure. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. How you doing, JB?
I'm doing great, sir. I got Mr. Kirby opened up just now.
By the way, still fuck you for last night and not telling me what was going to go on.
Okay.
Giving me no heads up. Where the hell is Jared? Did he fall asleep?
I think he's on the can, is what I've predicted.
Maybe. That might be it.
Because he said he'd be here. He said he would be here tonight. So
well, I hope so. We got a list to go through tonight that I need more than 2 people on, because otherwise it just ain't gonna be fun. So
I mean, last time we seen he was running around Ollie's, remember? He was doing
he was trying to get them good deals and stuff, but whatever. Anyway, we're here. Geek stuff.
I'll tell you. Does it have to be geek stuff, or do you want it to also be toy related?
I don't care, really. We're mostly geek stuff. I do want to talk about the new trailer that dropped here yesterday. Since we're talking about the Captain America: Brave New World. Talk about an underwhelming trailer.
Yep.
What the hell? That trailer did not I don't know. Maybe the movie sucks. Maybe the movie's great. I don't know. I couldn't tell from that trailer. And I guess I get it. We're what, 7 months out? Yeah. 7 months out from the movie. So maybe they don't want to spoil a whole lot. But Jesus, give us a trailer that gets people excited. How the hell does that get anybody excited?
Not me.
That trailer didn't do nothing for me. And I watched it. Red Hulk and all. Spoiler alert, it's in the trailer. Red Hulk shows up. That should have been a damn near exciting moment. It wasn't.
Nope.
I just kept thinking to myself, where's Steve Rogers? This is not a Captain America movie. What the hell?
Also, did you see in the trailer they made an excuse for it being Harrison Ford now playing Ross?
Yeah, they made a little joke. I'm not getting used to the new look. Whatever.
They wanted to shave his mustache.
Yeah. Well, stupid shit. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Maybe it is a good movie. I have no idea. I like what's his face as Sam Wilson. I've liked him in all the movies. I think he worked well with Chris Evans as Captain America. I don't got anything against him as an actor. I don't got anything against the idea of them trying to do a movie. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? look, fact is, Chris Evans walked away. He didn't want to do Captain America anymore. They got to do something. I still think it's stupid that they didn't have Bucky be the new Captain America. But whatever. I'll give it a chance. But I'm going to be honest with you. I also gave Falcon and Winter Soldier a chance, and that show was not good. Like, there was a couple of good aspects to the show, mostly having to do with John Walker, and that guy, he was cool. I liked him.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. I'll give it a chance, but I'm not really, at this point, especially not because of the trailer, I ain't expected much from this damn show. So I don't really know what else to say about it. It was a thoroughly underwhelming trailer, pretty much across the board. Didn't do jack shit for me personally, and I'm a huge Captain America fan, but like, you're not even gonna fucking have the actual Captain America in it, so I don't know. Whatever. I will mention this briefly just because nobody gives a shit, and I am just like apparently into severe sadomasochism. But I did watch the newest episode of The Acolyte. It was awful. And I'll leave it at that. There's really nothing else to say about it. This show is awful. I'm watching it the way you watch a car wreck. You know what I mean? Or the way we watch those fail videos on YouTube. Because you're just curiously drawn to awful shit. And I don't pay for Disney Plus, so it doesn't cost me any money. I don't feel like I'm, you know, like, oh, God, I'm paying for this. I'm not paying for it. So I don't really care. By the way, great line of figures right there.
Yeah, I picked it up. I forgot to show it off last night's stream. I thought I knew I was missing something last night. So these were the two I did not show last night. So I figured them to you tonight.
But it's just an awful show. Like, there's nothing good about it. And I'm not even talking about the woke stuff. People keep talking about the woke stuff and the woke and the director's gay and all. Like, that is, to be honest, such a small part of the show that I don't even care. Like, it's the least offensive thing about the show. The show's awful. The writing is horrendous. The dialogue is worse than Attack of the Clones love dialogue between Anakin and Padme. Like, it's worse than that. There's no likable characters, or even, like, at least sometimes, you know, they put characters in that aren't likable. Maybe they're a bad guy, something like that, but at least they're interesting to watch. There's no likable or even interesting characters in the show. The plot is boring as fuck. Like, nobody gives a shit. Like, oh, there's one twin that fucking wants revenge because she thinks Jedi killed her family, and the other twin doesn't know, and one's a good twin and one's a bad twin, and now they're gonna what? I don't care. Like, this story doesn't affect anything. It has no major implications from anything that I can see in the greater Star Wars universe. The plot is just dumb. Whoever came up with the idea that not only can a roaring like fire burn in space, but like a little girl throwing a little thing that starts a small fire in one bedroom can burn down a whole stone and metal mountain fortress. Like, there's just so much stupidity in this show. It's written and acted and directed so poorly that the woke shit is like the least of the worries about this show. Like, again, they keep saying, oh, people don't like it because it had lesbians in it. First of all, if you think that Star Wars fans have any problem with lesbians, given that most Star Wars fans are just dudes, straight dudes, let me let you in a little secret. Straight dudes love lesbians. All right? We don't have no problem with lesbians. Put all the lesbians you want, doing all the crazy lesbian stuff you want in a fucking show. Just make it good. We don't give a shit. It's like one of the most searched porn terms in all of history is lesbian. Like, it's so stupid that they say, oh, that's the reason nobody likes it. No, it's because it fucking sucks. It's awful. In every way, shape, and form, it's a fucking awful show. There's no good aspect to this at all. So anyway, I watched it. It sucked. We can all move on with our lives. And again, there's not even anything in the story or the plot line worth mentioning. Like, oh, well, they did this thing that, like, it's so blah that it's just awful. It's just fucking awful. So anyway, watch that. Watch the new Boys. Boys was good. This has not been the greatest season. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the Boys a lot, and I know it's got too much penis exploding in it for Duke here.
Yo, baby.
But so Duke's never watched it. But I've liked the show the first 3 seasons. I liked it a lot. This season has been
one of their weakest seasons.
It's I don't want to say it's lower in quality or anything, but it's just way less interesting.
It's
like
not,
the overall plot
right?
of this season is not anywhere near as interesting.
It's weak writing. It's weak. It's very weak writing. The actors you can see in the show are trying their best to make it work, but it's like after season 3, what can we do to furlong a story? I don't think they really have the direction they want to go to when it comes to this show. I think they do an end to the season, but but I don't think they really have a way to get to that ending they want to get to.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I don't know where the show's going, to be honest. Homelander's really the only thing holding it together, and as we've talked about before, it's not because he's like a heroic character. He's just that actor portraying Homelander in such a despicable way is very interesting. He's at least an interesting character. This season, Butcher hasn't been interesting. Huey hasn't been interesting. Starlight, honestly, was never really that interesting, but whatever. She was there. The other team members on the 7, they brought some new team members in, Firecracker and the smart chick. I can't remember her name. Neither one of them is interesting. It's just the only good scenes are the scenes where Homelander's like going crazy or something. It just hasn't been as good of a season as the past seasons. And I'm still watching it. It's fun. Look, it's better than the Acolyte. So, I mean, take that for what you will. But that's not saying that much. It's fine. Like look, if you've already watched the other seasons of The Boys, you watch it. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's a definite drop down in just, I don't know, overall. Again, I don't want to say quality. I mean, it's not like they didn't spend as much money on this season. I'm sure they did. Special effects are still good. Costumes are still good. It's all the same actors, but a definite drop on some level in just overall storytelling and plot and that kind of shit. It's been a definite drop down this season.
There he is. There's the man. Look what he's wearing.
He's done taking his shit.
He's wearing a Floosh t-shirt. Look at him. He's proud.
Right. I got this for $3.
He's out and proud. It's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
How'd your August?
Oh, we got a super chat here. I said, I heard that in the Acolyte they created a new force technique called scissoring. They might have. If they'd have put that on screen, maybe more of us would have been interested in watching.
I got this today, Jerry. I forgot to show this off last night. This was another thing I got during the week.
Way more interesting.
Well, if you got it today, how could you show it off last night?
No, I meant during the week, not today.
No.
I meant yes.
I made a trip to the other Ollies that's like 33 miles away and got a ton of shit.
I didn't find shit. Scissors for Life says, has you been watching season 2 of My Adventures of Superman? I love the first season, but season 2 is definitely better so far. I have not. I watched the whole first season of My Adventures with Superman, and it was decent. Like, it was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. It definitely has some cringy moments in it because it's got that very, like, fucking anime.
Well, and it's also written by the people who made She-Ra Gay.
Well, I mean, there's none of that in there. Like, there's no woke shit in it or anything.
Yeah.
But it's very, you can tell they put a lot of emphasis on like this kind of anime style to it. Not just in the writing, but in just the way the storytelling.
I haven't watched it, but it's kind of puts you in mind of like the Batman because it's a completely different telling of Superman.
Yeah,
the way the Batman was. None of Batman's villains were the same in the Batman series, and this is the same way. Like, they're all different. They're in his villains in name only.
Yeah. I never watched the Batman, so I didn't see that one, but
it was really good. Yeah, I recommend if you go back and watch that one.
Yeah, I liked the first season of My Adventures with Superman. I thought it was fun. It wasn't traditional like what again with the anime styling and stuff like that. It wasn't traditional Superman. It's not like watching Adventures of Superman from back in the 90s, by Bruce Timm or anything. But it was fine. But I haven't watched season 2 yet. I was waiting for it all to come out so I can binge watch it and see. But if you're saying it's better than the first season, then that's cool. I mean, again, like I said, it's not like the greatest show in the world, man. And you know, and I'm a huge Superman fan, so I have a high standard. So maybe that's why I, you know, whatever. They and like you were saying, they made some changes to some characters and stuff. And I'm like, really? Okay, well, whatever. But I did like the ending. The ending was good. It ended really well with you know, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but a lot of Kryptonian stuff, which was cool. So it was fine. I enjoyed it, but it's not like one of my top 10 shows or anything like that. So we'll see. I'll watch that one at some point, and you know, whenever they've dropped all of season 2. Although I still haven't fucking finished Bad Batch. I need to finish that one. I haven't. Been. I think I stopped at like season 2, episode 3. So I still have to watch like all the rest of season 2 and then all of season 3. Because I keep hearing season 3 gets better. Actually, I've heard season 2 gets better. Not so far in the first 3 episodes that I've seen. It hasn't gotten better. Because I didn't like the first season. The first season was so boring to me. I was bored out of my fucking mind watching that show. And I was just like, this is awful. Like, you took some really cool, entertaining characters from the final season of, you know, Clone Wars and just gave them a shit show.
Well, they turned them in. They were like super badasses when they first introduced them, and they kind of got to be wusses.
Yeah, it was just. I didn't enjoy the first season at all, and people kept telling me
Riker picked up a freaking shuttle when they first introduced them.
Yeah,
and he never showed that level of strength throughout the entire series.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll eventually watch that. And like I said, I'm actually more likely to fucking watch second season of My Adventures of Superman than I am ever to finish Bad Batch. But we'll see. I like Superman. I've liked most things Superman. I gotta say, there's very little Superman entertainment that has come out that I just don't like. You know what I mean? Like, there's stuff I like better than others, but you know, I like the original movies, at least the first 2. 3 and 4 were awful. I love that old Superboy series. Remember the Superboy series in the late 80s that lasted like 3 or 4 seasons?
That don't get enough respect.
That was great. I loved that show. Love Lois and Clark to this day. I still enjoy watching episodes of Lois and Clark. Love Smallville. You know, loved Adventures of Superman back in the 90s. You know, I've liked all this stuff. I like Superman stuff. I'm just a huge Superman fan. With my first superhero as a kid, as like 4 years old, was reading Superman comics. So, you know, I've always been a big Superman fan. He's awesome. And I've you know, the people are like, oh, Superman sucks. He's just boring because he can do anything. Yeah, but he's not boring.
No, people who say that have never read Superman.
I'm guessing so, because I'm like, I've read a lot of fucking Superman and watched a lot of Superman, you know, TV shows and movies and all kinds of things, and I've never found his character boring. The fact that he can do anything and yet still, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love Superman is he literally could do anything. He could take over the world if he wanted.
He has a strong moral compass, and he has a strong belief in like doing the right thing, and that was part of being raised in Kansas by his mom and dad and adopted parents, and they seem to lose that on. People don't understand that anymore. Like when they try to do the character, it's like that moral compass is what makes Superman. He don't even see himself as an alien, a godlike alien. He thinks he refers to himself as just a being human.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's the beauty of his character. That's what makes his character so good. It's that, and that was a titular part of the character for the first several decades he existed. Was that he was just like, he was the opposite of Batman, which I loved. Superman was the fake person that's the fake persona that he put on. Yeah. Clark Kent was who he was. Batman's the exact opposite. Batman, that dude is fucking Batman. Bruce Wayne is the fucking costume that he puts on and pretends to be someone else. And that's what made Clark Kent so fucking awesome. He was just a fucking farm boy who just wanted the world to be a better place and was raised right and knew he had the ability to help make the world a better place. And we don't get morals like that in comics really ever anymore, never anymore. But even when I was reading comics in the 80s and 90s, like there wasn't a lot of that. I mean, you had Superman, you had Captain America, and you had Spider-Man were kind of the big three that their moral compass of like being willing to sacrifice of themselves, even though they could have done anything. Superman, Captain America, and fucking Spider-Man, if they had just decided to be selfish, could have been fucking billionaires. And like Spider-Man, people don't give him enough credit. Like he totally, like he was just a poor photographer, just trying, like, you know what I mean? He could have been incredibly rich and powerful if he'd wanted to with his abilities. Same thing with Captain America. Same thing with Superman. And they didn't. They had a good, strong moral compass that fucking, you know, was something to admire in a character. Of course, I also like Punisher because he's the, you know, but whatever. That's a completely different reason. But Punisher also has, in my opinion, a great moral compass.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, he totally does. He's like, I'm willing to fucking live in a van and shitty rundown sewers and all this stuff for the rest of my life, to devote my life to fucking taking out criminals. And I will do this till the day I die. I will put bad people down, and I will live a miserable fucking life for the rest of my life for the sake of fucking everyone else. Because of what happened to me and my family, I will sacrifice any happiness I may ever have to fucking do what needs to be done, to do the thing no one else will fucking do. But anyway, there you go. There's my top 4 superheroes right there, if anybody's curious. Spider-Man, Superman, fucking Punisher, and fucking Captain America. Anyway, where were we at? I don't even know. We were talking about Superman. Yeah, I'll watch the show. Thank you, Smith for Life. I'll watch it.
You're asking Jared how much he spent at Ollie's today.
And I don't know. Did you think to ask us if we wanted anything from Ollie's?
I sent you pictures while I was there, and I didn't get responses.
Because I was busy and didn't see your message.
I know, I was listening to you on the drive there. I was like,
he may have had to jump on stream because of what happened because of Trump.
I didn't even. I'll be honest. I don't know that I saw you sent stuff, but I didn't see the pictures you sent. Let's see. Iron Man. All right, that Jessica Drew.
I think it was like.
I would have, if it okay. I would have taken the Hulk. I would have taken the Thor 2-pack, and I would have taken. No, that was it. Just those two. Those are the only two I would have been interested in. The Hulk and the Thor 2-pack.
They had 2 Thor Destroyer 2-packs. I bought 2, so you can PayPal me and get the other one.
Okay. Yeah.
I was actually going to say if Matt wanted the Hulk, I'd take the Thor and the Destroyer because I ain't got no Thor on my shelf, other than MCU.
Yeah, the Iron Man I don't really care about. I already had, and the other ones I already have.
Yeah, I didn't get any of the Iron Man.
Yeah, well, you already have one, and I don't like that one. I like my old school Toy Biz one. So,
I'm not a fan of that one. The head's too small. The hands are too small. It's really the whole armor is too small.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Heavy J dropped in a super chat. Says, Northerner, which is the best Joker? My vote is Jack Nicholson. Oh man. So every live action Joker we've had has been such a different version of Joker that, like, I grew up on.
Should we rank them?
Caesar. I grew up on Cesar Romero being the classic, you know, goofy fucking Joker from like the 60s and even going into the 70s. And I love Cesar Romero. I think he did a fantastic job for that era. I think that Jack Nicholson was a perfect Joker for that era. I think he was a perfect Joker for what Tim Burton was doing in that movie. I think he was a perfect Joker for, you know, what's funny about it is, like, if you look at the 3 main Jokers that we've had in the movies, which is Cesar Romero, Jack Nicholson, and Heath Ledger, they are the 3 Jokers that came out in the comics. They totally are. They are the 3 Jokers. You've got the anarchist, you've got the jokester, and you've got the gangster, right? Which, that's the 3 Jokers that they came up with the comics here. What, 3 or 4 years ago now? is literally just those three guys. They all portray different aspects to the Joker and his personality and how he's been, written and that kind of thing. I like all of them for different reasons. I think Heath Ledger's anarchist Joker was amazing and worked perfectly in that movie. None of them have ever been like a full-bodied fucking all-around Joker that we have seen. But I think they've all had great aspects, and they've all played different aspects of the Joker really, really well. I if I had to lean towards one, I would say Jack Nicholson, because that's my childhood right there. That was the one that popped off to me the most, and to this day, I still love quoting Jack Nicholson from that fucking movie. You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? All that shit. I love that shit. So if I had to lean towards one, I'd say Jack Nicholson was great. But if I had to pick one person who played Joker the best, like all around Joker, I'm going to go to not Joker from Gotham. That dude, his name's Cameron Monaghan, played not Joker because they couldn't use the Joker name. So they had to have him be kind of like, well, he's the Joker, but nobody calls him the Joker, but he's fucking the Joker. If you've ever watched Gotham, he's the fucking Joker. That dude did the best Joker I've ever seen on screen. Hands down. That dude was a fucking picture perfect Joker. If you've and I will say I like that show a lot. However, I know a lot of people, and I get it, who started watching that show and just couldn't make it through season one. Season one of that show they tried to do kind of a traditional police procedural, and they didn't really bring in a lot of the crazy Gotham villains in the first season. And it was really hard to get through. It really was. I did, however, and in the second season, they called it Gotham Season 2, Rise of the Villains. And they went fucking balls deep on Gotham fucking crazy ass villains from that point on through the rest of the 5 seasons. And I really liked that show after that. First season is hard to get through if you've never watched it. It is. Because it's real fucking slow and it focuses way too much on young Jim Gordon, who's he's a good character, but he's just like not the most interesting character on the show. Once it gets past that and you start getting like fucking actual Penguin and Riddler and Joker and these characters come in, you're getting fucking Solomon Grundy and you're getting all kinds of crazy shit. It is such a good show. And like I said, Cameron Monaghan did a perfect fucking Joker. He played like all aspects of the Joker. He played the criminal, he played the gangster, he played the fucking goofy guy, he played the fucking psychotic serial killer, he played the anarchist. Like every time he would show up, it was almost like you were getting a different story straight out of the comics. It was great. He was perfect. Never been in a movie, but I give that dude a ton of credit for being a fantastic Joker, even though he was not the Joker, which was so stupid because of course he literally was the fucking Joker, but whatever. Mm-hmm. He had his own version of Harley Quinn. She just wasn't called Harley Quinn. It was fucking retarded, but whatever. He did perfectly. That dude, best fucking Joker I've ever seen. But anyway.
Get on the super chat.
Yep. Stephen Carroll says Richard Simmons is off to make heaven fabulous. Yeah, I heard about that. Richard Simmons died today. And then like what's her face? Dr. Ruth died yesterday. So then don't they say celebrities always die in threes? And then somebody else almost died today.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone there did. A couple people did.
Someone there did, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about politics. But yeah, I heard about that. Dude. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about Dr. Ruth. She was like 96 years old. Richard Simmons, I don't really care about Richard Simmons. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the demographic Richard Simmons was ever like important to, but I always liked him for some reason. I don't know why. He was just a weird, goofy dude that was always on those infomercials on TV late at night or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I had nothing against the dude. He seemed like a nice enough dude. Seemed kind of crazy and whatever. So, kind of sucks that he died, I guess. But he was like pushing 80. He was like 77, 78, something like that. He was getting older. He was getting up there. But I mean, he was old enough; he could have run for president. Anyway, what were we gonna say? I don't know where the fuck we were going.
We were asking how much Jared spent at Ollie's. Is what the question was.
No, I don't know. Probably like $164.
Okay, because we were talking yesterday about toys and prices and what they're worth. So,
Yeah.
You know, about $164 because I picked up two things for a couple buddies, and they paid me for their parts, so I deducted that part for out. So if you add what I paid for those in, add another $40 to that.
ooh, pretty penny.
$200
That ain't bad. That's not bad.
for what I got. It's like it's not bad at all. I bought three Ultrons, two Rich Cart Spider Women, two of the Thor Story 2 packs, Monarch Rainbow Doom, both versions of the Owlbear. I picked up another Shriek. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Oh, you bought two Spider Women?
Yep, they had a bunch of them there.
Oh, I'm definitely needing one. She's been on.
We got an interesting comment here in the chat here. Majin Gunplero. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know if I am. We don't care about sexual preferences from fictional characters, but sexuality should not be the driving characteristic for a fictional character. Agreed, 100%.
And don't change the sexual preference of well-long established characters.
Well, and it's the thing, and I know I've said this a bunch of fucking times before, okay? But to sit there and get lectured by these new little woke tards, or whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, I call them woke tards, about whether it's Star Wars or comic books or fucking Marvel movies or whatever the hell it is, and get lectured about how we're toxic fans because we don't like that shit, and it's because of the woke stuff, and it's this, and it's that, and it's whatever else. And it's so fucking infuriating because geeks, nerds, people who loved comic books and sci-fi, we were the ones at the forefront of all this. If you liked Star Trek and Star Wars and comic books, we were the ones when it wasn't fucking cool in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s, because being a geek did not become cool until around the 2010s. And I lived my whole life as a fucking geek. And I fucking read all the comic books, and I fucking loved characters like Sarah Connor and Princess Leia and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and fucking all these women characters and all the gay characters and all the black characters. You know, fucking Storm was awesome, and Black Panther was always one of my fucking favorites. Fucking, like, we were way ahead of this fucking new little woke-tarded crowd as far as enjoying good characters that were not just straight white males. We were doing it before most of these little fucking shit stains were even fucking born. We were watching fucking as the first interracial kiss on TV happened on Star Trek between Uhura and fucking Kirk, and we fucking loved it, and we didn't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? We us fucking old school geeks were ahead of the fucking this woke curve fucking bullshit that's going on now, and yet they want to lecture us now about how we're fucking toxic. About how, you just don't like it because you're a straight white male. No, it's because you're
exactly what Majin said too. Anytime they take all these established characters, then they make them gay, and that becomes their driving personality trait. When they made Iceman gay, they made the entire thing about him dating men, the entire book. Coming out to his parents and wearing rompers and as a superhero and planning his dates with dates and stuff like that. That's not a superhero book. There was gay characters when I was reading in the 90s, and nobody cared.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit.
We had North Star. We had blank Alan's names. Alan Scott's son. One of the first openly gay characters in DC Comics, who they erased because they decided to make Alan Scott gay in the New 52.
Yep.
So they can have a headline, Green Lantern's gay.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, the fan base, the geek fan base are so toxic. They don't like women. Then tell me how fucking Buffy got 7 goddamn seasons. You shit tards.
Yeah.
How did that fucking happen?
That's the entire narrative too. They're all these people that parrot what the media says. Oh, you just don't like the acolyte because it's female led.
No.
You
Shit.
No.
One of the scenes I've always loved in Star Wars is when they just rescued Princess fucking Leia and they're stuck in the goddamn hallway in the detention block. And she's like, nobody's doing it. What do we do? Where do we go? And she grabs the gun. Boom. Jump in there, motherfuckers. Like, she saves the goddamn day. And nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared. She was a strong female character. She was the leader of the fucking rebellion at like 19 years old. And we all fucking loved it. We all fucking loved it. But now we're getting told, because we don't like their new shit, because it's ass and it sucks and they don't know how to write, and they make everybody's fucking character based around whatever their fucking identity is, that, oh, it's because we're toxic, racist, bigot, homophobic, fucking sexists. No, it's because you're writing shit. You're writing shit.
Like the Strangers on Malibu Comics. Spectral, like one of really cool character. He's like kind of a Human Torch character, but he had his flames would change different colors. He'd have different power sets. And when you sit there and look at, the flame colors is actually the Rainbow Pride flag, but they didn't make a big deal out of it.
Nobody cared.
Yeah, because
it's stories, it's characters. Nobody gave a shit.
It was cool that each color spectrum was a different power. It was like,
yeah.
And you know what they said in the comics? It's like they didn't make a big deal about it. It's like, are you gay? Oh, that's cool. And that's it.
Yep.
The only thing I ever seen on social media about the Acolyte is about the Jedi Wookiee. That's all I ever see. That's all I ever see about the Jedi Wookiee.
He's a pointless, fucking uninteresting character.
I know. That's all I ever see on social media.
Of course, they all are, but whatever.
Well, that's mainly what I see on my social media is about the Jedi Wookiee. Is all it ever is.
All right, Heavy J says Senna Grace wrote himself as Iceman. I don't know. I don't know who that is. Is that one of the writers from X-Men or something?
Well, in the comics too, Jean Grey was the young Bobby Drake when they had like two sets of X-Men for a while. They had the young ones and the old ones. The Jean Grey from the past actually turned the young one gay with using her powers.
Oh, okay. I do remember that what was it called? All New X-Men, or what was it called? There was the separate team because Beast pulled them out of the past, and I did read some of that. I didn't read, I don't know, maybe 8 issues.
Their entire premise of making Iceman gay, because when they first did the X-Men, they wrote Bobby Drake like a 10-year-old boy, and he went, "Ooh, a girl." That was their entire justification. Oh, we're gonna make him gay because he said that, and they try to find a reasoning to turn him gay.
That's so fucking stupid.
And now, they turned Tim Drake gay, like one of the best Robins.
The best Robin.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I mean, very effeminate gay too. That's his entire personality now.
He also one of the Robins, if I remember correctly, that got around to women the most too.
Yes, he was. He's very much a playboy.
Yeah,
he slept with all the female Bat characters.
Let's just make him gay because reasons, I guess.
Well, that's what thing with Bobby too. Bobby was a playboy too. They're taking all the playboy characters and turning them gay.
But yet, we're the racist, sexist bigots because you're writing dog shit.
And and when they do, Majin was talking about, they turn that in their entire personality.
So fucking stupid, man.
Well, they artificially aged up Jonathan Kent so they can put him in a gay relationship, which is kind of weird and very pedo pervy, because he was a 12-year-old boy when he left with Lois and Jor-El. He comes back as in a couple months as an adult, so they can have him in a gay relationship.
I mean, in Young Justice, they made in that show they made Aqualad gay in that show.
Well, he's been gay in the comics too, though.
Oh, in the cartoon though, he was gay until the new season. Then they made him gay.
Oh yeah, he was in a relation. He
Was he with who was he with? It wasn't not spoiler. What's her face?
one of the Atlanteans he was with.
Yeah, I can't remember her fucking name.
He was not.
She got killed, I think.
I think it was season 1. I think they had like how many seasons of Young Justice had like 4 or 5 4 seasons.
Well, they got to get their DEI check boxes fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons they've had. Well, earlier seasons,
Pissed me off more than anything when they brought, after that long hiatus, when they brought back Young Justice, bring back freaking Wally. They never did, and they got canceled again before they brought back Wally.
and they keep teasing him every time, like showing him up and not like bringing him back. He's not dead.
Wally's everybody's favorite Flash. Most people didn't like Barry. Most people didn't even know who Barry was. It's like the Ghost Rider thing in the Marvel.
Yeah.
The majority of stuff people think about the Flash when they read comics, it was Wally.
Yeah, because he was the Flash for what, 30 years? 30 years?
Almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Well, probably over 30 years, because he was
up until New 52, right? He was Flash. Which New 52 was.
They brought back Barry. They brought back Barry before New 52, Flash Rebirth.
That's right. Yeah, because he was the one that did Flashpoint and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically like, what's it, Dan Didio or whatever his name was? He hates legacy characters apparently, and he was like getting rid of all the legacy characters, and he's bringing back. He brought back Hal Jordan, which was stupid too. Brought back Barry Allen, which I liked Hal Jordan as the Spectre. He was a great Spectre, and it was his redemption for like what he did. He killed hundreds of Green Lanterns.
Well, and that's kind of the same thing with speaking of characters who need a redemption arc. Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Bucky. This is why he should have been Captain America. That was the whole point of
In
him
the comic.
Captain America. It was a redemption arc for him. When Steve died, he became, Captain America, and it was a redemption arc for him to go from being Winter Soldier to Captain America to fucking make up for all the stuff that he had done, and we just completely don't get any of that in the MCU. Just boom, it's just gone because we just skipped him and went straight to Sam. And again, I like Sam as a character.
That whole story arc with him, like he didn't really want to be Captain America. He did it for like in honor of Steve. They had to convince him to basically do that.
Yeah,
and he was a great Captain America, and I loved his suit.
I honestly think, in my opinion, they made Sam Captain America for political.
Well, of course they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they've ignored 60 years of comic book history, so they can start pushing out, doing the storylines for modern comics that's nearly killed Marvel.
Yep.
Nobody wants Riri Williams Ironheart. Nobody wants Sam as Captain. People like Sam as Falcon. Falcon is great. Sam as Captain America don't make sense. He shouldn't even be able to use the shield like that because he's not a super soldier.
Sith for Life says, my all-time favorite Star Wars characters are Mara Jade and Jaina Solo, two badass women that Disney erased from existence. Yeah, I didn't get too far into Jaina Solo, Jaina, however you say her name, because I kind of, I know, there was a jump. I was reading all the books and stuff, and most of the books I read, she was always a kid. And I know she became, a young adult around the time the Yuzong Vaughn trilogy came out, but I never got through that whole trilogy. So those are really the only books I read that had her as more of an adult character in it. So I don't know a lot about her. Honestly, I think I only got through the first Yuzong Vaughn.
Well, they don't want Mara Jade in there because they want to push for. I've seen a lot of these people been trying to, these faux journalists and stuff like that write these clickbait shit. and people falling for online. They're trying to push to have Luke be gay.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Mara Jade was such a good character. For those that don't know, which I don't know why you would. I've never said this before. I named my first daughter after her. That's how much I like Mara Jade.
That's a lot.
Yes. My oldest daughter is named after Mara Jade. Okay? If that tells you anything.
But you don't like strong female characters.
I'm a toxic sexist fan.
You just don't like toxic. You don't like strong female characters. You talk.
No, I don't. I hate them. Oh no! Fucking bullshit.
So like the best movies ever, like strong female characters. It's like,
here we go. We just get lectured day after day after day by fucking directors and actors and people making video games and comic.
The Underworld trilogy, like those were great.
Those were. Well, the first three were good.
That's why I said the trilogy.
The trilogy, yes, the trilogy was good. The last, but that wasn't because of the female characters. It just wasn't written well. But
that's it. It's like it's female lead, good story, done really well.
Yeah.
Salt, Angelina Jolie.
Dude, I got that on Blu-ray, the special edition Blu-ray. That movie's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that fucking movie. Yeah, it's one of those things. Again, we're repeating the same fucking thing over and over again. But it's just so fucking infuriating that we of all fucking people, geeks, of all fucking people, you can be like they're toxic and they're sexist and homophobic. We were the least sexist, the least homophobic, the least racist group of fucking people.
Well, the thing is, we like continuity. We know the history of the characters. That's what they don't like.
Yeah, we don't like that they want to just they want to come in and under the guise of fucking preaching woke politics, which it is part preaching woke politics, but it's also we want to just be able to do whatever the fuck we want to do because we can't write new characters on our own. So we want to come in and we want to take existing IP, existing franchises, existing characters and stories and all this stuff, and we want to just make our own shit.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, you're a racist, sexist, homophobe.
Well, they willingly admit why they do it to establish characters, because not willingly admit, but it's roundabout admitting. It's like there's like people don't like new characters. No, people don't like shitty characters.
Yeah.
So they hijack existing characters to tell their push their woke agendas.
Yeah. Because people won't. If you just write a fucking movie about random fucking characters in a random story to push your fucking woke agenda, nobody would fucking watch it.
No.
But put Star Wars in front of it, or Marvel in front of it, or Star Trek in front of it, and people will watch it.
It's like they try to make the Falcon Winter Soldier series. They try to make the villain sympathetic. They actually thought they made a sympathetic villain. No, she was a piece of shit.
Yeah. She was so unlikable. So like, very, very unlikable.
She was a horrible person who murdered innocent people because she didn't want to give away her free stuff, back her free stuff to the rightful owners.
Yep.
It's like, I moved in your house and you come back to life and you want it back? Why?
Yeah. The world was better when half the population was gone. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill Gates. Appreciate that.
Well, from what I've heard too, like the original story, they had to rewrite the show because they were going to release.
It was supposed to be about a pandemic, a plague.
Yeah.
They were going to release a fucking plague.
Yeah.
Which honestly would have been way better, dude. I don't know why they shied away from that. That was the perfect time. That would have
been a great time because people were like, "Oh, this stuff's like really happening. It could actually happen."
Yeah, would have been way fucking better. But no, we get Antifa Light as villains. Fucking stupid shit. Whatever.
And I don't like the fact too they're getting lazy too. They're not even having the actors like work out to get muscular. That new super soldier serum that don't even make them muscular.
Yeah,
that was just such a cop out. Like the So, you get super strength without actually getting muscular. Okay, there you go.
Although I gotta say, I think John Walker was the only good part of that show. I
Oh,
liked the
absolutely.
character a lot.
And John Walker did nothing wrong when he killed that terrorist for killing his
Fuck
buddy.
no, he didn't. They tried to make it seem like, oh, look, he went bad. How the fuck is that going bad? He's a fucking terrorist. That's exactly what should happen to him.
Yep.
He should get fucking shield punched to death like the fucking terrorist piece of shit he is. But no, that's supposed to make him look bad. Well, it didn't. They can tell you that shit. It fucking didn't make him look bad.
They don't know what actually right and wrong is when these people write this stuff, so they don't really understand.
No, they don't. But they never will. I'm assuming
bad guys who kill people need to be put down.
Yep. Well, this goes back into why they're, one of the many reasons they're trying to fucking make Punisher not be Punisher anymore, and Punisher's bad.
It was getting ready to mention too. Was talking about strong female leads. There's a movie. It's basically a female Punisher movie. Peppermint with Jennifer Garner.
I have seen that. It's an okay movie.
My cousin loves it. She loves watching that movie, but it's straight up. It's a Punisher story.
Yeah, it's totally a Punisher story. It's not a bad movie. It's just it could have been better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was Jennifer, and maybe it's because I never watched Alias. So to me, Jennifer Garner is not a badass. I know I know she did Alias. I never watched that show. I know some people are like, "Oh, she was perfect for it." Well, I didn't watch that show, so I don't fucking know. But whatever. I mean, I liked the movie. It just wasn't like I've heard some people like it's the greatest fucking revenge thriller of all time. I'm like,
I don't say it's greatest, but it's in the line of a Punisher movie. It's well done, female lead, and her actions were justified killing that cartel for killing her family.
Yep.
And she took revenge on all the corrupt police and judges and lawyers that was working for the cartel.
You know the one I like is I can't remember the name of it. The one very similar story, but where it's Kevin Bacon. Have you seen that one? Kevin Bacon did this revenge movie. I want to say late 2000s, early 2010s. And I can't remember the name of it. Maybe somebody in the audience will remember the name of it. And they kill his son. Somebody breaks in the house, kills his son, fucks him up, like puts him in a coma for a while. He gets out of a coma and just goes on a fucking revenge kick and just like kills so many fucking people. but like in a much more realistic way.
Yeah.
Because he's just a regular dude. So like he's trying to figure out like how to fucking, do this as he's going on. I can't fucking remember the name of the movie. Somebody out there knows. Is it called The Condemned? I feel like it was called The Condemned. I don't know. Somebody out there in the chat looked that up. I'm too lazy to right now. But it was a good movie. I like that one. It's very much kind of a Punisher-esque revenge thriller movie. Good movie.
Sit for Life. So they put that gay Tim Drake romance story in the Titans TV series.
They did? I never watched the last season. Was that in the last season? Because I don't remember that.
Sit for Life, it was Death Sentence.
Yes, Death Sentence. There you go. Great movie. Go watch it. Everybody should watch that movie. If you like good revenge thrillers. Although one of my favorite revenge movies of all time is the original Korean version of why am I blanking on the name of the fucking movie? They did a remake starring Josh Brolin, but it was an original Korean movie. It was part of a revenge trilogy. Oh my God, I can't remember the fucking name of the movie. The one where the dude gets locked up for 20 years and then gets released. And he was never told why he was locked in this fucking room for 20 fucking years. And then he gets released. Oh my God. I'm blanking on the name of this. I'm going to look it up because I've got to know the name of this movie. Somebody in the chat's probably going to get it first. No, it was name withheld. It was a part of what's called the Vengeance trilogy from Korea. I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of this movie. Thank you, name withheld. Old Boy. Garth Gutierrez and the name withheld both said Old Boy. Thank you. Yes, Old Boy.
Oh,
That's probably like my favorite revenge movie of all time. If you've never seen the original Korean version of Old Boy, holy shit. The hallway scene on that thing, which by the way predates every hallway scene you've ever seen in a movie in the last 15 years. The hallway scene in that movie where it's him fucking dozens of dudes and he's trying to get out of this fucking place towards the elevator. And it's just him with a fucking hammer. Like that's the only weapon he has. It's just a regular carpenter hammer. And dude, that scene is fucking so brutal and so awesome. And he's getting fucked up. It's not like he's like some superhero, but he's been 20 years in a cell. And it was like, I can't even remember towards the beginning of the movie, like the first like 5 years he's there, he's begging every day to get out and doesn't know why he's being held. And they're feeding him and he's just locked in. He's not even a cell. It's just like a fucking concrete room. But after like 5 years, he's like, you know what? Fuck this. And he just starts training. He starts just doing shit. Starts like, just like fucking punching the wall to fucking build up calluses on his knuckles and shit. And just like, and then one day they just let him go. They don't tell him fucking why. And he's like, I'm going to get revenge on whoever did this and find out why the fuck they locked me up for 20 years. Fucking great movie.
Darth was asking where I got the shirt. I actually ordered it from the food store. They had them on clearance for $3. I bought a couple of them. I bought some of the ninjas and stuff when they were on clearance.
Yeah, they haven't posted a single video on their channel since Robo and Veebs left.
Well, why would they? Nobody gives a crap about Whoosh as Whoosh. They cared about Robo.
Yeah. I know. Remember for years, everybody thought that Foosh was Robo himself. Like that was.
I thought he was. I called him Foosh because I thought that's I thought that was who. Like it was his channel. I didn't realize he was just.
He never spent.
I only found out about that since Harker started coming on the show. He was one telling me that he's just an employee.
Yeah.
Harker's got a lot of little insider knowledge on a lot of that stuff.
Mm.
I guess it was pretty obvious when you go back and watch his videos. He's like, "Welcome to Foosh, I'm Robo." Like, it's not like they ever tried to hide it. It's just I never fucking knew, so and never thought twice about it.
If you go back and watch watch some of the early videos, especially the first one, he's not on there. They had one of his friends come in and do reviews before he stepped in on the channel.
Yeah,
like they're very early on videos of the channel when it started.
It's interesting. Like there's been a mass exodus of like big channels. People were leaving that were like, basically employees. A lot in the automotive channels where these channels had built up a huge amount of subscribers, and these big like conglomerates come by the channels, and they're more worried about clicks and views than you are about storytelling, and they want to go completely away what made the channels popular.
Yeah.
Basically, all the personalities are leaving and starting their own channels.
Yeah.
If we talk about YouTubers that have lost, big YouTubers, especially toy channels have lost steam, Shardus Prime hasn't posted much lately. Like he's lost a lot of steam. I've heard he's lost a good amount of subscribers for a while.
He posted a video the other day with the going over top of the articulation stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched him in so long. I can only take him in small doses.
Well, I don't watch hardly many toy channels. Ever starting a toy channel, I don't really watch other toy channels that much because we talk about toys all the time on here, and
yeah, and we'll review them ourselves. So what's one to watch?
I got my customizing streams where I talk to the guys about that stuff coming out. We got our Friday streams where we're always talking about toy news, and we got the Geek Chats tonights, and so we're talking about geeky stuff and toys all the freaking time. So, and we're staying up on all the toy news sites to like keep up because we got the news, the Friday news.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't really need to watch anything.
No. All right. Well, we do have a bracket tonight.
Where's everybody at?
I don't fucking know, but fuck them for not showing up.
We'll be able to get through it real quick now.
Hey guys,
we can get through it quick though. There's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
Best fantasy movies. Now, I just picked the list of the fantasy movies I like the best out of the ones I could think of. And we're going to do a bracket to see what's number 1. So, I don't know if you guys have any that aren't on this list. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I already came up with a list. We're not redoing it now. But I've got.
We need to restart right now.
Bullshit.
We don't have enough with female leads on here.
I know.
With the
Do I? I
female-
don't think I do. No, I got one. I got one. I got at least one. I don't know. Maybe two. I don't know. I got Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, Highlander, Legend, Princess Bride, Neverending Story, Kroll, Lady Hawk, Jason the Argonauts, Clash of the Titans, the original, not that remake. Time Bandits, Excalibur, Willow, Labyrinth, Two Towers, and Return of the King.
I only know four. I only know the four you just mentioned: the two Conan films, Highlander, and then Clash of the Titans.
What in the actual fuck?
Remember, he's a fetus.
You got so much catching up to do. You've never
I
seen the Conan movies?
Me some movies to watch. I actually watched it.
Yeah,
one.
I will have to say, Conan Destroyer's got one of the best meme pieces out ever. When
Yes.
they mixed with Titanic, where they're spinning around.
Oh yeah.
Spinning around Conan. Ah!
Yeah.
I still remember Conan's story where he's apologized to that camel, and the camel just spits up on Arnold. He just punches and knocks it out.
I guess then with one person who hasn't watched most of these movies, we'll do the best we can. But we're going to burn through this one. Conan the Barbarian versus Conan the Destroyer, Jared.
Oh, Beastmaster, Name of Hell. It's like, oh, that should have been on here, but never mind. But I won't say Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian. I'm also saying Conan the Barbarian. JB's vote doesn't count because he's never seen either one of them.
I have two. I've got the set on.
It doesn't matter which one he picked. It's going to be Conan the Barbarian.
It's always going to be Barbarian. I'm picking Barbarian all the way.
All right. Highlander versus Legend.
There can be only one.
Highlander. Right. JB?
Highlander, absolutely.
And I'm going Highlander too.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got Princess Bride versus Neverending Story.
Oh, shit. That's a hard one.
You protested. You get to go first.
Ah, man. I feel like Leo man, on this one.
You're going to start crying?
Oh,
Princess Bride.
JB's going Princess Bride. All right, Jared, what are you doing?
crap.
Princess Bride. So, I mean, I know
Princess
about
Bride just by a narrow margin.
Princess Bride? All right. Yeah, I'd go Princess Bride too.
Yeah.
I love both, but Princess Bride.
Yeah, I watched the Never-Ending Story probably more because they used to play that in school a lot. Anytime we had a movie day, it's usually Never-Ending Story.
All right, Kroll versus Lady Hawk. I'll go first on this one because I love both these movies enormously.
Yep.
I have both of them on Blu-ray. But I got a thing for fucking Lady Hawk. I love Lady Hawk. I think it's the first thing I ever saw Matthew Broderick in. It's got like a young, hot Michelle Pfeiffer in it. Rutger Hauer playing the knight that's cursed to turn into a wolf. Like, it's a fucking great movie, but both are great. What about you?
I love them both, but I love I wanted a glaive so damn bad when I was little.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Kroll.
You going Kroll? That means, JB, have you even seen either one of these movies?
What were the options again? I can't really see the screen that good.
Kroll and Lady Hawk.
I've seen Lady Hawk, but I've never seen Kroll.
So what's your vote?
Lady Hawk, because it's the one I've seen. I've seen Lady Hawk again, but I've not seen Kroll. So
All right.
And I was really like surprised when Eddington on DS9 ended up being the main character from Kroll.
Oh yeah.
He looks so different.
Yeah, I know. All right, Return of the King versus the Two Towers. Jared.
I'm gonna go with Return of the King.
Return of the King. Jared, JB.
Return of the King.
Return of the King. I'm going Return of the King too. ROTK. All right. Now we got Labyrinth versus Willow. JB, have you seen either of these movies?
I've seen Willow.
You've never seen
That's the
Labyrinth?
No.
So I guess he's voting for Willow. Jared?
Yeah.
Labyrinth.
And I'm going Labyrinth too.
Like, send these to me, some of these. I will definitely check them out. I actually checked out the two of them you recommended the last time, and I watched the whole thing.
Now we got Excalibur versus Time Bandits. JB, have you seen either of these?
Yes, I've seen both of them, and that's tough.
Okay. Well, then you get to go first.
It's Oh, that's tough. It's tough to pick these two, man.
Sis for Life says Return of the King, but it's got to be the 4-hour version. I like the longer version. I know some people complain it's too long and has too many endings. I like the longer version of that movie.
I like the Time Bandits. I enjoy it more, but I also like Excalibur. It's hard to pick which one, but I think I'm going to go, in terms of which one I enjoy the more, I think I'm going to go with Time Bandits.
Time Bandits. All right, Jared.
I'll have to say I'm going to pull the JB that I haven't seen Time Bandits, but I love Excalibur.
Okay, and I got to say I'm choosing Excalibur. So
Okay.
That movie's great.
Yeah,
that's probably the best movie ever about King Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, now we got two. I don't know if you've seen either of these, JB. These are both way before your time. Actually, Jason the Argonauts is before our time too, but I've seen it.
Yeah, but it used to play on PBS all the time.
All the time, dude. I grew up watching that show. I love that show. Clash of the Titans versus Jason and the Argonauts. Clash of the Titans I actually saw at the movies. That one I got to see at the movies. I was very fucking young. I don't remember much about it when I first saw it, but I now watched it later throughout the 80s. But Jared, you go first.
I'll go Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans. JB, have you seen either one of these movies?
I've seen the original Clash of the Titans, so I'm going with that one.
Clash of the Titans.
Yep.
And yeah, I think I would go Clash of the Titans too. So
yeah.
All right, we're on to round 2. First up, we've got Conan the Barbarian versus Highlander. I heard a groan from Jared, so he goes first.
They're both great movies, but I think I have more fun watching Highlander. I'm going to pick Highlander.
All right. JB?
I love Arnold. Arnold's my guy. He's one of my top 5 actors to watch, but I got to go with Highlander as well.
Yeah. Good choice, because that's what I'm going with. Highlander.
Okay. Yeah.
Highlander.
Highlander.
There we go. Highlander. All right. Princess Bride versus Lady Hawk. JB, you go first.
Oh, boy. You put me in a tough spot. I'll go with probably, I'd say Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk. Jared?
Lady Hawk, probably for me.
Inconceivable.
Going Princess Bride? Yep, I'm going Princess Bride too.
Darn it.
He's losing every battle here, by the way. All right. Return of the King versus Labyrinth.
Well, he went with Return of the King last time too, though.
He did, yeah.
I went for most of the ones you guys have voted for throughout this. It's just
all right. Return of the King versus Labyrinth. I'm gonna go first on this one. I gotta go Return of the King. I love Labyrinth, but I gotta go Return of the King.
Yeah, Return
we
of
all
the King.
agree on that one. Okay.
Clean sweep.
Yeah. Now we got Clash of the Titans versus Excalibur. I know what I'm picking. Should I go first?
Yep.
I'm going Excalibur.
Same.
It's a better movie.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Semifinals here. Highlander versus Princess Bride. Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, you complain about it. You gotta go first.
I gotta go first. Fuck.
They're both so good. That's what's so hard to choose.
They're both excellent movies. They're both also very, very different movies.
Yep.
They're very good for very different reasons.
You got to go by which one do you enjoy? Like, which one's the one you would watch on replay, like on loop?
Both of them? Like, I got Blu-rays for both of these fucking movies.
Well, do it this. If you were left with these only 2 choices to watch, which one would you pick? Like, you had to pick one.
I honestly, I'd probably watch Princess Bride. Oh, I'm not
talking.
You guys haven't voted yet. Sorry. I'm used to going last. Princess Bride is far more quotable, and I think just has more memorable scenes in it. Like Highlander, the concept is awesome, and I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, until they fucked it up with the second one, but we're not even counting that one.
Yep.
But
I'm
I love the concept.
hoping they do really good with the Henry Cavill reboot.
I hope they do too. But Princess Bride, I think, just has more great fucking memorable scenes, and it's more quotable, and it's got humor and drama and fucking all this shit in it. I gotta go Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Baby, Jared.
I'll be the contrary one, and even though I like Princess Bride a lot, I would say Highlander. But Princess Bride's gonna win anyway. So
Yeah.
I just want to give Highlander a vote.
There you go. All right. Return of the King versus Excalibur. Jared, you go first.
I won't go with Excalibur.
Going Excalibur. All right. JB?
Excalibur.
Going Excalibur. I would have gone Return of the King, but Excalibur won. Somewhere Duke is losing his shit.
Well, he was on here earlier. I don't know where he
I
disappeared.
don't know where he went. All right. Princess Bride versus Excalibur. This is it. This is the finals. JB gets to go first.
Whew. Man, we really brought it down to a T, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. I mean, Princess Bride is more quotable, but in terms of one that I could just enjoy, I think I'm gonna go with Excalibur.
Okay. All right. Jared?
It's tough.
Yeah, I love both these movies.
I do too.
It's good. It hurts to like not enough. I'm not balling yet, but let's see.
It's tough to pick. These are two great choices. These are excellent choices.
It's probably one of the best period fantasy pieces, Excalibur.
Yep.
Princess Bride is like, I think I'm gonna go Princess Bride though.
You going Princess Bride?
Yeah.
You locking that answer in?
Yep.
Okay. That leaves me the deciding vote here. Do I side with JB on Excalibur? Greatest King Arthur movie of all time?
Yeah, it
or
is.
Do I side with Jared and say Princess Bride, just one of the greatest movies of all time?
Yeah.
And we're going Princess Bride.
No.
Princess Bride. I'm. We went.
That was hard to pick there, but it's.
It was, but like.
Princess Bride is a.
That's fair.
I gotta be like in a serious mood to watch Excalibur. Princess Bride, I can just throw it on and watch.
Yeah, I can watch Princess Bride any fucking time.
Yeah.
Movies I would have been okay with winning are obviously Princess Bride. I would have been okay also with Highlander.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have been okay with Excalibur. And I would have been okay with either one of the Lord of the Rings movies. Those are the ones that I think were the best movies. And out of all of those, like almost all those are the four that made it to the fucking, well, minus 2 hours. But
Excalibur, which sword is Excalibur?
Wait, what?
Which sword is Excalibur?
The second one.
Yep. JB?
Do what?
Which sword's Excalibur?
The second one.
He's just saying that because I said that. JB, let me ask you this.
He breaks the first sword.
Hold on. Where did he get Excalibur from, JB?
Oh, foot. My mind has gone blank.
Where did he get it from?
Nah, I don't want to say that movie. That's terrible.
Oh, I'm just saying. I mean, was this something that he got because he had to prove he was the only one that could do it?
If I remember right, yes.
And so where did he get this thing?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Where did he prove that he was the only one that could do it?
I told you, I've got a bad memory of stuff.
Did he pull it from the stone?
You're asking a guy who can't remember what he ate yesterday. So,
did he pull? Was it the sword in the stone, JB? Remember, he pulls the sword from the stone.
It was a sword and a stone.
You're wrong, motherfucker. That's a different sword. He got it from the lady in the lake.
Yep.
And you just fell for that hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, the sword he pulls from the stone is a different sword.
I know the sword and the stone was popping in my head at first. Like, no, that's not it.
He breaks the sword because he was being prideful against Lancelot. He uses the sword with not for just reason. He wants to just for his own pride. He wants the best Lancelot.
Yep. You are wrong, sir.
And he begs forgiveness, and the Lady of the Lake deems him worthy and gives him Excalibur.
Mm-hmm.
And Merlin's, take the sword.
Yep. Wow. There it is. We got through that one quick in like 15 minutes. We didn't have Leo over here crying for every decision.
I got tickled with that.
Oh my God, he was losing his shit last week. And then Duke was just mad that Lord of the Rings didn't win. Like, he was a solid second place. There's nothing wrong with that.
Look, he came third this time.
Yeah. Well, we can't all be winners. Anyway. All right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to cut tonight's Geek Chat a little bit short. We usually go for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's been about an hour 15. Cut a little bit of short. I got some stuff I got to do, stuff going on in the world I got to pay attention to that might need some attention. Anyway, so we're going to cut this one short for tonight. We will be back next week. More Geek Chat next Saturday night. Hope to see you guys here. Also, anybody who's got any suggestions for stuff we can do on these chats, whether it's like top 10s or brackets like we did tonight or whatever, or any topics, going over to Toy Tubers, the link is in the description down below. You can go on over to Toy Tubers, go over there, leave your suggestions there. We're all over there. I don't know what we're up to now. How many members do we have there now? It's not a lot, but
100
and something people there. Going over to Toy Tubers and leave your suggestions for the Geek Chat and or the Toy Chat. Toy Chat's Friday, Geek Chat's Saturday. If you got anything having to do with toys, suggestions for top 10s or anything like that, top 5s, leave that in there. Anything for Geek Night, leave that in there. Just stuff you want to talk about, stuff you want us to talk about, anything like that. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight, I think.
This coming Friday, too, we'll have some TFCon news because TFCon's going on this weekend, and got a lot of reveals going on.
Nice.
Some stuff I want to spend money on.
Of course you do. Of course you do. But yep, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. We'll see you guys next time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Vulcan Rumble said he is here while we're logging in.
Yeah, right as we're leaving. Right. Thank you, Vulcan. We'll see you guys next time. So take it easy.